tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
There it is.
Yeah!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Heroes Reborn After Show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. It is Season 1, Episode 8, June 13th, Part 2. Yes, that is all
Put your hands on
important
your
information.
hips.
And we did a bit of a time warp.
Pelvic thrust.
And we have a lot of things to get to here. So we're going to start with me. I'm at Steve Kaufmann. That is Kaufmann, but I'm not alone. We are singing, we are dancing, we are having a great time trying to figure out a lot of what we just saw.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to my left.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marisa Serafini.
And then
I'm Khaliel Abooboo. Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
That's right, and you can find me, Jonathan Meza, at Kaibacat, K-A-I-B-A-C-A-T, at Kaibacat, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Let's do this. We got a lot. There's so
let's
much.
just jump right in.
There's so much.
Let's jump right into the easy one. Katana Girl.
Katana Girl.
Easy one.
One of the few things that made sense in this episode.
Just pure timeline. Well, first off, how did we feel about these timelines?
Not happy.
Not happy?
Not happy. No.
Okay, now listen, this episode, to just sort of like go over like what's going to be happening today, is we were really upset watching this thing because it seemed so all over the place and so jumbled, and then we realized, oh, they're going to put it all back together at the end here so that it fits what we've watched for 7 episodes, because it would have been horrible for them to just negate everything that we watched for 6 episodes.
I love how you articulate things.
Thank you. But the truth is, by the end, they sort of put it together and made it work with some minor things we'll talk about.
Well, yeah.
And I think it's just
barely made it
frustrating that they change everything to keep it interesting, but then it's to the point where like, oh shoot, we messed up this detail. Now we have to go back and fix it.
Or we have to deal with that problem in the present, moving forward.
But it's just a lot of different stories they're messing with.
You know, I love the way you put it. When we were watching it earlier, I love the way you put it. I would love for you to say that.
I'm trying to remember.
No, did you remember
the X-Men thing?
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that was
it's totally X-Men.
Yeah, it's X-Men where they go back and
totally
have 3
X-Men
movies.
Days of Futures Past.
Yeah.
So a storyline that did not change with today's events was Katana Girl, who Automo hears that Hiro Nakamura is a terrorist known with Mohinder Suresh. He calls Erica and says, "This man is your employee. You are wrong.
Sense.
Why are you going after Evos?" And then she locked him out of Evernow. And I guess he can't just get into Evernow and free Hiro, so he has to create
a backdoor, which is Katana Girl.
He has to create Katana Girl in real life.
I liked his line. I need a hero to save a hero.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good line.
And that. How do we feel? I think that was a pretty basic...
That one all wrapped itself nicely up in a little bow. We all saw that one coming. We all saw it was going to happen. It all made perfect sense. Right on. Yeah, seeing Katana Girl being born. And it was nice because it had an added element of emotion for Otomo, because he got to revive essentially someone who looked just like his daughter. So he was able to find a little peace for himself before he went off and died.
Very great. It was great.
And then ultimately tell her, now sit in a room with music playing until Ren shows up. That's going to take at least 11 months. Just do I need to train? No training.
Just remember everything I taught you in this past 24 hours.
Find Takaza's Kensei's sword, which will be over here. Yeah. But just wait until the boy shows up.
Yep.
But I liked how Otomo actually became... he was a good person. But he didn't create the game out of like evilness. He used his power in a good way. And, he created Katana Girl to help save the world. So essentially he did his duty.
After he help.
But you
I
know
thought
what?
he helped
That's
Harry.
an
It's like he didn't
ongoing.
realize what he was
That's an
doing.
ongoing theme with a lot of the characters, is they're all working with Erica Kravitz because they've all been duped by her because she is a master manipulator at this point. We see she's just a, excuse my French, she's a lying bitch.
Oh,
that's what she is. Hashtag evil bitch. And I've seen people hashtagging that. And guys, thank you for hashtagging Hero Wars. Awesome,
Yes.
that's been
I've seen
fun.
people using that.
Amazing.
That's awesome.
We are
You guys
making
are
that
great.
a thing. Hero Wars. I love it. Thank you guys. And
And I
let's.
saw the Harris. He was a stormtrooper. That was cool too.
That
was
someone
really
made
cool.
that?
Somebody
Great.
made that.
Oh my
Somebody made
gosh.
Harris into
Yeah,
a stormtrooper.
I missed it.
Because all the Harrises are stormtroopers.
Fantastic.
Oh, fantastic. Go Hero Wars.
We obviously know who Luke and Leia are,
Yes.
kind of, because
Melina Tommy.
Yeah.
Or I keep calling him Tommy Nathan. Whatever. He's
Well,
Tommy.
yeah,
He's
that's
Tommy.
fine.
You know, because
It's
we have one Nathan already. But anyway, so everyone's falling for Erica's plan. And then, of course, ultimately, as she cuts them out of the plan, they're like, oh, whoops, my bad. I might as well become a good guy now because I
Right.
realize I've been on the bad side. Yeah.
Idiots.
yeah. So
Stupid.
we're not going to get any more Katana Girl. Like, this was likely her last episode. Nothing changed.
Yeah, because
She-
we're back in the
Look forward to
present.
her in the commercials. Those
We
teen
saw that.
shows.
That
Can't
shell
put a
commercial,
rock roast
girl,
in
work
there.
it.
But
And that was
okay.
great.
true.
Moving on, Joanna and Luke, we get to follow them. They find Dennis's corpse.
Dennis is dead.
Dennis is not alive.
And he also was not an Evo.
He was.
Yes.
No, but because I mean, even though they say, but no, he wasn't an Evo. I thought.
Dennis?
Well,
No,
they
the
said
son?
that. Well, because they said that. I know they were saying so he could be on the good wall and not the we hate you wall. So they said he wasn't evil, but they made another comment when they were in the hotel room about him not, being evil. There was a couple comments where I was like,
Well,
oh, maybe he wasn't evil. Maybe he really
but
did just
here's-
have a disease.
here's-
No,
Just saying-
last week we got the actual name of his ability, and then when they
It
were
was
putting
a-
up the picture, they're like, he has to be on the evil wall, and they lied.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I was like, maybe it's just a condition.
Well, but what's
I'm actually I'm
medically,
curious about
us
that.
audience
but
know
medically
what
speaking,
he's
the
Evo.
difference between being an Evo and being someone who can't be in the sun. Medically speaking, there is no difference.
Yeah.
I was actually fortunate enough at Kamikaze last Friday to sit in on the panel with the guys who wrote, I think it's the 5th novella. And their novella, and it's a tiny novel that's getting released in another probably 20 days. And they pretty much explained that they don't have very many characters that exist in this universe, but they pretty much have an island of misfit toys, if you will, of people who have powers that aren't that impressive.
Okay,
So in this universe,
is
and
this
it's going to come
considered-
together.
Aren't
Would this be
impressive?
considered? Would he be considered an Evo then?
I think
think
so.
so.
Okay.
I think, like,
Scientifically, he'd be considered an Evo.
Okay.
But it's actually a harmful
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
I think
detriment.
at face value, if anyone saw him with his ability, they would automatically label him as an evil.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. That blurs the lines for me in terms of people who just have conditions now. Like how I just realized what the prejudice could be like for people in the Heroes universe. Like, say you have a cancer of some sort, that creates some sort of physical, issues, deformities. Yeah, and then people, you're an Evo and they beat you up for it. I never thought about that. But really, you've got cancer.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, that.
Yeah. Also,
I know when it comes out like that, it sounds even worse. I know,
Lydia,
right? Yeah.
Lydia Cerritos in the chat just says Quentin is Lando.
Wait,
Quentin is Lando.
Quentin is Lando?
I just had to throw that out there.
Oh, that's good.
That's perfect.
Dude, that was Lydia?
Lydia, Quentin is Lando.
There,
I like that.
Nice. Nice. Quentin is Lando. Well done.
But we get a tiny taste of, well, obviously Joanna and Luke, they find Dennis. He's not alive. Joanna's not taking it as well as Luke is. And then the gentleman that Luke happened to save last week. And I say, you can just happen to save someone.
Yeah. Happens.
How can
I've
you
saved
die?
a life before.
Yeah, like I just happened to be here.
What?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, you just happened to save a life before?
Yeah.
We're
Awesome.
gonna call you out on that.
Dude, that's fantastic. That'll be a great story.
Is that an anecdote? Is
We'll
that a
save
pretty-
the story for later.
Okay,
but that's
all right.
sorry.
Interesting.
Put that one in your back
But
pocket.
the
So
guy.
Khaliel is a hero. Everyone.
Technically,
Yeah.
But after setting up that all these Evos are bad, and this event polarized the world on the idea of Evos, mainly with a straw man of Mohinder Suresh, but they pretty much turned the whole world against Evos.
Yeah.
And they show this, and then an Evo comes up and just tries to thank Luke. And Joanna, who's gone through a lot,
Yeah.
kills him.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the short of it. The long of it is that
She was very rational,
There's a
very
scuffle.
emotional and distraught right now.
Yeah.
I think her mentality is completely skewed, and accusing Luke of he was spending his time saving this balloon guy instead of saving Dennis. Like, what could he have done?
girl,
to
you
save
crazy.
Dennis?
Yeah.
Like, girl, how did your mind even get there? And so twisted to the point that it's like you rather save Evo's than save your own son.
She
It's
cray,
like, where's
though.
she going?
She cray.
She
cray.
cray.
She is cray.
And then the way she went about killing him was a very self-defense kind of moment because he was, going to kill Luke possibly. However, guys,
The first stab.
the
was
first stab.
self-defense.
Yes, true.
She stabbed her 5 times.
But you counted him
I
up.
did.
Oh my gosh.
That's like
He ran into my
That's-
knife.
He
He ran into my
Damn.
knife 5 times.
And I
But
guess
it's actually 10
the
years.
part about this in this little scene that killed it for me and made it absolutely terrible was whoever directed her from the bottom, her looking down towards the camera and doing that. Like, come on, guys! Like, this was like, oh gosh, it was.
You're about to get kissed right now,
It was
Khaliel.
student film. It was student film acting. It was bad. That was some bad acting. But Joanne has never impressed me. Her character, this actress, has not impressed me at all throughout this.
Her
entire
character
series.
Her character's a little one-dimensional for me.
Oh yeah.
her character's too much.
Yeah.
Khaliel.
It's so much indicating and not enough just actually going through the actual emotions of what's happening. Just indicating. I cannot hang with that actress on her work, or maybe she's being poorly directed.
I think she's being poorly directed, and I think sometimes people. Sometimes we blame people for not being great at acting when actually they're nailing a poorly written character.
That's true. That's true. No, no.
Kristen Stewart does that all the time.
That's true. That's a very
They
good
just
point.
don't write the character, so well, this person's one-dimensional.
It's a group effort.
Yeah.
It's a group
No,
effort.
I
Let's
have
just say
a friend
that.
who just did a movie recently. She's a wonderful actress, but then I saw some of the footage and I was like, "What happened?" She goes, "This director didn't know what she wanted. It was terrible." She was like, "I was just trying to do what she wanted." I was like, it made no sense, and I was like, "Well,
It's a group
what are
effort.
you gonna do?
It's a group
What are you gonna
effort.
do?"
So we
All right.
we all know
Crazy.
how
She's
that.
crazy.
She cray.
She cray.
She cray.
So the third storyline that didn't seem to change very much was Sergeant Gutierrez, and we get to see where he was a year earlier, which was he was filling in for Farah, who we thought we weren't going to see anymore, but we saw her in this flashback that he gets to fill in. He's sticking
working
up.
with Farah.
He's sticking up for Farah because Farah's an Evo, and I guess you probably can't be an Evo in the army.
Yeah.
No.
Which doesn't make
Probably
sense.
not.
No, I mean the thing, it doesn't make sense. If you're in a military position, you better take those Evos. Like that's a military
they would love
advantage.
that, honestly.
Right.
They
But I
would
think
love
there's-
it.
But it's
probably-
also like going through the whole mental, test that they have to go through for the
Yeah.
army,
Yeah.
any military. Like, even if you have these abilities, what makes you not able to change to the other side? Like they would test the integrity of people.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
and
true. You
and
can
not
do
to
whatever you
mention
want if
in
you're
this
overpowered.
world where the Evos aren't considered subhuman,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
would be
yeah.
the opposite. They'd literally be superhuman, but they'd be treated subhuman. That the army would want to
Prejudice.
enslave them and then use them to fight.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And
that would make sense. That's Civil War.
Yeah.
Marvel Civil
Exactly.
War.
Or what
That's
makes
coming.
them, like,
It's coming. You guys see it in
Turn
theaters.
on themselves. Turn on their own people.
Yeah.
That too.
Friendly fire.
Because if you can turn invisible and everyone else in your platoon can't, what's to stop you?
from to just do whatever
Yeah.
the hell you want.
But she turned invisible and saved her platoon,
yeah,
and then had to have somebody else take credit.
yeah,
But he's El Vengador now.
yeah. And it's too bad because Carlos too and
Of course, the guy gets all the
Farah.
credit.
Oh wait, that backstory made sense. So we have 3 backstories that make sense now.
Yes.
Yeah, that one
Yes.
totally made sense.
That's why
And
I
on-
put them up top here.
I
And
forgot-
on
I
top
forgot
of
about
that,
one.
somebody rocking, knocking the boots. They were getting it on.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos and Farah.
Pharaoh's nice. Hi,
Yup.
Farrah. How you doing?
Oh, they tried, but she slapped the
Oh,
crap
yeah, she
out of
did.
him.
Just slap me, Farrah.
So these are the three plots that did not change
Yeah.
from what we've known the past 7 weeks. But Farah says the company I used to work for called me in for more work, which would be Angela Petrelli's The Company, like
Yeah.
literally just The Company, Primatech,
Yeah.
the big thing, and she heads on over. And I'm trying my best to just tell this story from that, to just jump to the Angela Petrelli, Farah, Melina portion of this story from here. That she goes to Angela Petrelli, and we find out how Farah wound up in the Antarctic with Melina.
Yes.
I got all those names right. Cool.
Yes. You hit it. You hit it.
They aged Angela Petrelli a lot for this.
They really did.
Much.
It worked. Like, it looked convincing.
I was actually okay with it. I mean, because the thing is, it was
Makes sense,
15 years? And she was already kind of old.
Well, she was a large age, and then she had to go
Large
back.
age.
But then she had to go back.
It's not politically correct.
Her age was fat.
Her age was curvy.
Yeah, right.
But she had to go back,
She
and then
was
she had
up
to live.
there.
Then she had to live 15 more. She had to live. I think it was more like 19 more years. 16 more years. 15 more years.
15 years.
Math is not my strong suit.
All right, so she had to live 15 years, yeah. So in 15 years, she aged quite a bit, and all her hair went gray. And, it's cool.
Yeah.
And it's long,
cool.
though.
Yeah. She was going for style.
And did they ever say, was it an Odessa suburb or was it like a farm in Geneva? They never really said where her commune is.
No. So that's still going to be, what's it called? Sunshine Manor? Was that it? Something like that? That's still going to be something we're going to revisit next week.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to see that next week.
Although they've mentioned Sunshine Manor a couple times, right?
I don't remember it.
But that's the place that they pointed to where,
That
like,
was the
they
place
can
where
help
Carlos
you.
was going
Yeah,
to,
Carlos
and then
was
that
going.
dude knocked him out.
And that's where, apparently, that's Angela runs that.
Is that what it is?
Maybe that makes the most sense.
We don't know.
We're running out of new information.
No, we were speculating that was like another equivalent to Renatus.
But yeah, we're still not sure. We're going to find
we
out next
still
week.
don't know enough.
We will know next week.
I'm pretty sure that's where Angela set up shop.
It would make sense.
For
I
those
think
years.
that makes sense. I'm going with that.
Only because if that's another thing, like, that's too many things.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one, actually.
Because we're getting to a point where you got to start narrowing stuff. We're like, that better be the place.
Yeah, we've got, 4 episodes left?
4, yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
5 left?
5 left.
Yeah, 'cause this was...
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
This was
I
8
can't
left.
do math.
This was 8. 5 left.
Okay, so we have 5 left, so that's plenty of time, but let's not get bogged down on those things.
Yeah.
And then we get Farah, Melina. Let's jump in to... This one's a little complicated to get to.
Here we go.
It is Hero, who left from last episode with baby Nathan, and then we'll go with Black Suit Noah and how he ties into all of that. Mm-hmm. Can we try our best?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do
Can we
it.
try
Jump
our best
right
to
in.
stick
Let's do
to
it.
that?
Go.
Yep. Oh, wait.
Black
Before we
Suit
do
Noah
it.
is present day Noah.
Before we do
Correct.
it.
In the
Before we do it.
past.
Someone wrote a comment on our last video. And because we were all wondering how Claire dies, and this was still, I still think there's a hole, but I thought it was the best explanation.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was, I
Definitely.
can't remember the guy's name. He just commented recently. It should be at the top if we go to newest. And he said that Claire died in childbirth, yes, because her body kept regenerating, so she couldn't have the kids. It would have killed the kids. So what they had to do was turn off her powers in order for her to give birth. And she died during childbirth. But the hole is, once they turned her powers back on, she would come back to life. Mm-hmm. But at least it's a full-on explanation on how she could die. She just obviously would come back to life later.
Well, with baby Nathan, we kind of got an explanation.
We did, yes.
That
because he could steal.
He can
He
steal.
can absorb
Yeah.
He can
powers.
steal your power. Like, literally take your power and you don't have it anymore.
That was the answer.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's
That's
what-
the answer.
Peter and Nathan's father, I forget his name,
Yes.
Papa Petrelli, that's what he could do. Because
You can literally just take
Just take
someone's
the
power
powers,
and you
strip
get it,
them.
and you get it once.
I didn't
Yeah.
even realize that is completely how Claire died. You're right. The baby took her power. She got killed by her unborn son.
Oh, that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. That's how it happened.
Hashtag Claire was killed by angsty son. That was in our chat.
All right,
Not
can we
even
officially
angsty
say
yet.
Claire is dead?
I'm not saying it.
All right, I'm sorry to interrupt. Let's
I'm
keep
not
going.
saying it.
Time loop.
I
How
think-
can we possibly?
But it
not
does
saying
make
it.
sense in
That
a way
makes perfect
because
sense.
I feel like Papa Petrelli's power skipped a generation because we know Peter can absorb it, but it was a different type.
Peter
of
was a
absorption.
better evolved version.
He
where
was
Peter.
he was a sponge. He could
Yeah.
also
He could just take them.
he could
Because
duplicate
the
a
other
power
person
pretty
would
much.
still have theirs. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
then
Tommy
there-
has
it
that,
got
but
to the
he
point where
loses
he could
it
only do
when he
it
gets a
one
new
time.
one. Yeah.
But the issue for me with that was like, okay, well, so for 15 years he's never been around another Evo, and he's just been around.
Yeah, Hero kept him
too.
from other Hero. Hero must have kept him from other
But
Evos.
even when like, okay, when not
Tommy is Nathan.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was about to say Nathan when I wanted to say Noah. When Noah comes and with what's the girl? The one that can locate him?
Molly.
Oh, Molly, yeah, like he didn't grab Molly's power by accident.
Well, I don't
when
think
went
he
next to
knows that he
Angela.
has the
didn't-
absorption power.
Well, I think he did. I think he knows now that he's older. Obviously, he doesn't know anymore because Casper took his memories. But I think he knows, and I'm not sure. We haven't gotten any explanation if he can control it or if it happens automatically or what the story is. Or if he has to touch the person because he didn't touch Molly.
Nathan had to touch him in order to,
and he didn't touch Molly. So that could be it. And he was touching Hero.
Well,
No,
my
he literally
thing-
touched Molly. He literally sent Molly to another place.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
He
yeah.
sent
Yeah.
her.
Definitely
I'm
touched
sorry.
Molly.
No, but he sent her. So that's different.
They haven't explained how he's taking powers.
So
Like,
that's information we don't have
No,
yet.
my thing
shoot, that's
is,
a good point.
I feel
What's wrong with me?
now because we know Nathan/Tommy's current power is in a way teleportation. I feel somewhere in the middle where we didn't see, the audience didn't get to see, he absorbed someone else's power who used to teleport or who could teleport, and that would make sense.
Well, no,
how
he-
No, because
teleports
even
now.
Hero says
He took heroes.
Yeah, he still has heroes because Hero still even told him about bending time because he
right.
says he can do it. He was
Yeah,
training
he did
him.
take
So
Hero's
teleportation is a minor part of Hero's overall power.
Yeah.
Because Hero has
power. It's
time
not
and
time
space.
continuum. It's time location.
But
It's slightly different than Hero's powers, though.
No, it's exactly Hero's power. He just doesn't know to use to the extent that Hero does.
well, not anymore. He did. Apparently, he did because he sent people to different times and places.
Yeah.
He just doesn't because the Penny Man pretty much sent.
Yes.
The Penny Man pretty much undid 14 years worth of things
Yes, but this is the cool thing is
because they didn't want him to be angry.
that
They didn't want him to be upset.
yeah, that was odd.
That's a
It
very
happened a little quick.
Hashtag millennial parenting.
Yeah,
Change your kids' memories
that did happen a
instead
little
of just
quick.
have them have bad memories.
So bad.
Yeah, that was a little. I knew they were going to do it. Like we all, I think, knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That Pennyman had to do it in order to put us back on the right track.
Yeah.
But they did make that decision a little quick. You know, he's angry. Quick, steal his memories for 15 years. I have to take all of it. Okay.
Again, it feels
Right.
like they're like, oh, we messed up this detail. What can we do to fix it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's
X-Men
wait.
it. Just do the
Let's
X-Men
Let's
thing.
X-Men
Because
it.
and that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of shows have the opposite
Yeah.
problem that this series is having, which is this series knows exactly where it's going and does not have broad stroke problems. This theory has fine stroke problems, tiny things like that they're like, Penny Man.
Yeah.
Penny Man, right there on the train tracks.
it's a reset button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reset button. It's true. Like when you're about to lose the game really quick. You're like, reset.
Just like,
Right.
but I do appreciate a show that has big, broad strokes like this. Do you think Nathan gets his memories back?
Yes.
No, they tell him.
They just tell him?
Yeah.
I think he
That's
does.
what they said in the preview.
No,
That's
I
what
think
they
he's
tell him.
totally going to get him back because Pennyman keeps those pennies.
Yeah,
I
he
think
does. I think
as they get closer to
Oh.
Melina and that moment
You're
comes
right.
where they're supposed to bring the two together, Pennyman's going to give him it back. I think that's the whole point why he took it. He's going to save it for that moment.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but this timeline is unaltered.
It is altered.
Almost. We have the Quentin and
Well, no, I'm saying that this topic,
Tommy's.
Tommy's timeline is technically unaltered. It was there's just a lot of information we didn't know till
It is
today.
altered because I mean you never had the bag and tag moment because that's where he sent.
Apparently, that's implanted, or it happened in
He
that.
didn't implant. Pennyman didn't implant memories. He took them away.
But then his mom lied to him about being bagged and tagged and who his
Then
dad
how would
was.
he have like a vision of what the room looks and where it is because somebody?
Oh, you
told
know what?
That
about
is fair.
Oh yeah.
That is loose.
That is the loose. You're right.
That's real loosey.
Oh my gosh, you're
Unless
right.
Or that negates everything. Like that is no longer canon within.
But that was
Nathan
the
Tommy's
past, and so
timeline.
that would have already happened by what we saw today.
Okay,
Yeah.
for you guys listening, we're talking about that room that Tommy
Season
got stuck in.
episode 1.
With all the
Episode 1
stars.
where Tommy sent Joanna
Joe
and Luke.
and Luke,
Yeah,
yeah.
into that room because he was bagged and tagged. He was stuck in that room for a
And
while.
he remembered Noah from being bagged and tagged.
So you're right. This is now we are in a different timeline for Tommy as well.
A
we're
slightly different
slightly
timeline.
different.
I mean, that's one like
Yeah, that's a
little
tiny-
loose. You know,
That's a butterfly's wings,
But-
not a whole butterfly. I guess.
It's a caterpillar.
It's a caterpillar.
I like that. It's a caterpillar, not a butterfly.
Caterpillar.
Hashtag
They'll
hero.
get there.
Price right
What
in
do
our
we
chat. Hashtag hero killed saving angsty American son.
Oh my god.
It's a whole lot. Also,
So many hashtags.
who sired the children to Claire? We never figured that out. No one ever
The
told.
father,
Who is Claire's
baby daddy.
baby daddy?
We still don't
Still
know the
don't
baby daddy.
know.
I need answers.
We still
all
don't know.
need
So
Answers.
let's go to the other Noah. A year
Which
ago
one is the
Noah.
other Noah? Okay.
Not
Gray
black
suit.
Gray suit
Gray
Noah.
Gray
suit.
suit
There you
Noah.
go.
Who tries to who stops Black Suit Noah from shooting Erica or killing Erica because he still shot Erica, which this was a giant thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is what changed it all.
This is what makes me want to like go onto the whiteboard and try to map everything out so we can explain it a little better. But essentially, the timeline as it existed before Hero took him back to what we saw last week, that timeline was severely altered because of this gunshot. Because one Noah saw another Noah and had a full-on conversation about butterflies and babies and twins and Odessa
And we find another loose hole. But go ahead, keep going.
and all that. But this is the major thing that sets off everything. Quentin becomes involved. Quentin takes this opportunity to find his sister because that's all he really wants. That's all Quentin actually wants.
Yes.
Is to find his sister. So so when he meets his sister, and we'll get to that, it sets all of this in motion. I'm trying to think, am I missing?
No, I mean you're
Yeah,
you're
so
on
let's
it.
get into it.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, the two Noahs. I mean, talk about a bad scene of having a wonderful actor. What's his name? Guy who plays Noah Bennett. My gosh,
Jack Coleman.
Thank you very much. I mean, he's a wonderful actor, but boy, that was rough for him to act with himself. Obviously,
That wasn't terrible.
I didn't
though.
think
was
that- I
I
didn't
was
have a
not
problem
crazy
with
about
that.
that. I just
I
felt
didn't have a
like
problem with that at all.
I mean, he's obviously playing both parts. I wish he would have remembered like a little more how he did one because it really didn't feel like a conversation. It felt like an actor doing two different anyway, it didn't fit. But that's regardless of the point. He destroyed the timeline, he changed the timeline, and now the series is going to be a little bit different. And he even makes reference to the fact, he's like, yeah, I screwed up. I totally screwed this up. And I realized even in giving the information to Gray Suit Noah was a big mistake.
Yep.
And Gray Suit Noah stopping him from killing Erica.
Yep.
Which then leads to Quentin's new path, which completely changed the timeline.
Telling Gray Suit Noah to not use the Haitian.
A nice
Yes,
play.
Yeah.
not to use the Haitian, so the Haitian now will live. Yay!
Yes.
Yay.
Renee will live, and this is a big thing that we did see we
Parkman.
saw another cameo.
Parkman.
Oh, yes.
Love
Happy to see Parkman. I'm sad he turned into a little bitch.
I think people in the
Totally.
chat were saying that too. Like he's sold out. He's
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Man.
I was like totally sold out.
Sorry,
Company
Parkman.
man.
Literally, Greg Gungberg, the actor who plays Matt Parkman, I heard him on the radio this morning promoting both this show and he has a new app.
Nice.
Does it read your mind?
In real life.
In real life, he's an app developer and like he's very big in the tech and new media world.
Oh wow.
I believe
Well,
I forget
yeah.
the name of the apps. I forget the name of the app, and maybe
Let
if he
us
came on
know.
our show, we will let him plug it. But essentially, if a major artist wanted to do a tiny venue concert on like 10, maybe 20 hours notice, they would go directly through that app. So you would get an alert that like Toby Keith is going to play at a Black Box Theater to 100 people. You've got 20 hours to buy tickets, and all of it goes to the American Cancer Society.
Oh wow.
I would go to that.
That's an
That
app.
would
That's
be
Pretty
cute.
cool app.
That's cool.
That's an app that you can download. If you look at Greg Gungberg's Twitter, I'm sure he'll have the name because I
Cool.
don't.
Get it.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm still calling him Matt Parkman.
I just I
Forever
find
and
it really unfortunate, but I did love how the scene played out with Matt's trying to read Noah's memories. It's like we realize he sold out. He is a bitch now, but then he had an emotional, humanistic moment. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I am an asshole for reading your memories. Oh, sorry."
Well, it wasn't. I don't even think it was about Noah. It was about Claire. Where it was
Yeah.
but
like,
I think it's
oh,
just
my
like
bad, dude.
well,
I didn't know
the
your
way he
daughter was
the way he
dead.
delivered the line.
Was good.
Died from childbirth. Like he's like, man, I really wish.
Yeah.
What choices have I made in my life that now I'm betraying a now dead Claire and her
People
baby?
who were my friends, or at least we've worked together and helped each other out.
Yeah, her baby, because that's another nugget we did learn, that they only know of a baby, not babies.
Yeah.
They only know of one baby,
As of this point, yes.
which is a question we kind of asked in the hallway, and I kind of want to bring it up here. Do you think they're going to kill a baby in this show?
It's going to be the
No.
girl.
Well, they're
Kill
not
a
going to
teenager?
kill. No, they could kill a
They
teenager.
could kill a teenager.
Yeah, they won't kill a baby, but we could see a teenager die.
Yeah, that's what
Yep,
I was
That's a
wondering.
possibility.
They would not kill a baby.
We saw
No.
Claire die a lot of times, so
Yeah.
That's true. She died all the
Well,
damn
like,
time.
we always knew she was going to come
that's
back.
true.
Yeah. But yeah, she
We
died all
knew
the
it
damn
had a
time.
positive outcome.
Oh my gosh! And I want to say, I want to thank all of. I mean, this has been wonderful. All of you guys watching, listening, have
Yeah,
been so
definitely.
freaking awesome.
Yes.
Like in all, I mean, we've got a hashtag Hero Wars. We've got Claire ain't dead, but
Claire
she's
ain't
dead.
dead,
But
they
she's
keep
dead.
going.
Let's be honest, she's dead now. We can confirm that. But we've got some really fun ones, you guys. Price Right. Hashtag Partman is a bitch. Basically,
He's Yoda.
He's Yoda.
Matt Parkman is Yoda.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You guys have been fantastic. We'll
Yeah,
keep that
seriously.
rolling.
Oh, I'm
Hero
all
Wars.
about these
Yeah.
illusions. So,
Sorry, just one more thing about Matt Parkman. I love the moment when Hero was talking to Angela and he's like, I don't know babies. I was like, dude, you dealt with baby Matt Parkman.
oh
Remember,
yeah,
you had all those episodes with baby Matt Parkman.
Yeah.
It's like, you have experience with babies. Come on, man. And then
right.
10 minutes later, the real Matt Parkman showed up.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
we get Matt Parkman. It was cool. I was glad we got a cameo from it. I wonder if we're going to see him anymore. I'm curious about that.
I would hope we get a little more.
I hope
because,
he turns around.
Well, I
and
feel
does
like
help
everyone
Erica.
within a year, which is only going to be a week for us, from this week to next week, it'll have been a year where we find out that Erica is not good. She's creating another Earth and keeping all the Evos out. And that's really hard. We're getting so close to that deadline that it's really hard for her to keep that under wraps. So my theory, without getting too prediction-y, is that someone like Matt Parkman would turn. Someone who was already like a little weary of, yo, we killing babies?
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Like, we're,
Maybe.
they're gonna send a bunch of Harrises after a baby?
yeah.
Like, that's not right. But like, I think someone like Parkman's gonna turn. I think a lot of Evos are eventually gonna realize, probably through the Evos Truther movement, maybe if Mohinder Suresh is still alive, or even if a shapeshifter can be Mohinder Suresh, can step up and say everyone's wrong, and he can stand as a focal point to try to change public perception, and Erica and Renaltis is bad.
Yeah.
That we're gonna see a lot of
We're
people.
gonna see a big turn in the next few episodes from a lot of. Yeah, I agree. We see in this new timeline that we do have a change in characters. We see Quentin, who once was a face, turns heel.
Yep. Straight up, he gets retconned into being a heel.
Yep. He's like, oh, I got my sister, and she's like, I got this great cult, and he's like, all right, let's go, let's join a cult.
Which
Bam.
makes me think, I put somewhere in my notes, I don't think that's really Phoebe. I think that might be a shapeshifter.
No, I think that's Phoebe.
That's Phoebe.
Phoebe's
Straight
drinking-
up. I think
Phoebe-
that's Phoebe.
I mean, she
Yeah.
did look a bit rough.
Phoebe's
But
drinking
she
that.
seems too brainwashed for me to trust that was real.
No, Phoebe is drinking that Renaltis Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, she
Yeah.
totally drank the
You
Kool-Aid.
don't need a
Maybe
shapeshifter
I'm
to,
just
to
really
make
trying
Phoebe
to
say
deny
nice
it.
things
She
about Renaltis.
put on the sneakers, she drank the Kool-Aid, she got
Yeah.
the robe on, and then the darkness is spreading. Darkness is
Renaltis.
spreading.
All
All about
Darkness is
the Church
spreading.
of Renaltis.
Too much
I
Kool-Aid.
love
Church
that
of Church.
stuff.
Hashtag Church of Renatus. We're getting like 50 hashtags.
That's a
right
great
now.
one.
It
I
really
like
is.
that one.
Hashtag Church of Renatus. That's a dude.
That's gonna happen.
There's so
Nice.
many good hashtags.
All the hashtags. So the
Mohinder
big
is
thing
dead.
we're learning is Quentin pretty much completely turns. I'm just reiterating what you just said.
Yeah,
Trying to
sorry,
get
yeah,
back
but
on the
that's all right.
task.
He's a heel. He's a heel.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
He's a retconned heel because 2 weeks ago he wasn't, but because Black Suit Noah went back and changed the timeline, he essentially made Quentin bad, but most things stay the same.
Yes.
So when Black Suit Noah makes it back, also what's changed is Molly's alive, presumably.
Presumably.
No.
No, I think she. I think she still dies. I think that should be the same, right? I don't think there should be any change.
I think all next week is going to be spent explaining to us
What's new?
Yeah.
Well,
What's
the
different?
thing
and
is,
what's
do
the
the
same?
Google
Yeah.
glasses still exist?
Probably.
That seems
Yeah.
pretty. That
'Cause
seems
seems
pretty
like it was-
interwoven into
it
the
was part
timeline.
of the plan from
You know
the
what,
beginning.
what's interesting is we, after like episode
then
2 or
Molly would
3
be
with the
alive.
whole creation of the Google glasses, we've had nothing about them. There's
we
been
had Molly
zero.
died.
No, we had them up until they went back in time. Because remember they were chasing the Wonder
Time.
Twins.
Oh,
with the
you're right.
Google-
I forgot
So we
about
had them
that.
until
Boy,
they
I
went
And it
am
back.
wasn't-
off tonight.
and it
Gosh,
Just
wasn't
like
as-
the episode afterwards.
Mother
So-
F.
Well,
I'm
Molly
off.
died so early. Molly killed herself so early that destroyed Like, the main thing about Google Glass, or
There's no G maps to it anymore.
Yeah, there's not.
Exactly.
It's just the glasses. It's not the app.
Yeah,
she killed the app.
Matt Parkman can't make an app for it now.
So I guess Molly Walker has to die, because honestly, if Molly Walker's still alive in this alternate timeline, and she's still imprisoned, then Google Glass are actually worse. Like it would be like the end of it would be like Captain America 2. If Captain America didn't save the day, like those carriers would just kill everybody.
That's right.
So I guess Molly Walker.
Just roll credits. Max Lester's got it. Yeah, Molly's still dead. We got you. We hear you, Max.
A.
Max
Wilson
Lester.
said Phoebe equals Dementor.
Yes,
Phoebe is a Dementor.
that makes perfect
That's
sense.
amazing.
That's
But what
really
would she
cool.
be?
I like
Very
that.
funny.
What would
Harry
she be
Potter,
in
though.
Star
A.
Wars
Wilson.
lore, though?
Yeah, it's all
Harry
about
Potter.
Star Wars, A. Wilson. We need Star Wars references.
If we can
It says
bleed
Hero
into the
Wars.
wizarding world,
Hashtag
I'm okay
Hero
with it.
Wars.
Unless we're just gonna do Hero Potter.
Oh, no, we're not
Potter.
doing it. We're not going there.
Hashtag
No, we're
Heroes
not
Potter.
doing it. Oh, my
I can get
gosh.
started on that one.
It's good to hear from you, though, A. Wilson. We love
Yes,
hearing from you.
please keep saying things, A. Wilson.
Oh, yeah, so
Quentin,
yeah.
we end this episode on a huge cliffhanger that Quentin is
Another bitch.
turning on Noah, calling Erica, who now has a cane because she got shot,
Yep.
and that's the big alteration.
And that's specifically to let us know that time is now different. And, like, this is a big change.
Which is good. Another good play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how it turns out.
I know you were
Definitely.
very upset. You had your
I am.
issues with this episode.
I am. Yeah.
I'm kind of where Khaliel is right now, where
Because it didn't.
it's not sasatisfying.
Yeah,
a
'cause the
2-part
biggest
episode
issue-
about June 13th, a thing we've been building towards for a bunch
And
of
then
weeks.
all you did to fix it was just like, oh, everybody forgets. Like, that was it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? So.
I was about to make a really bad joke, but we're gonna move on. I think we're ready for predictions, guys.
Yeah.
Are we already doing predictions? Oh, no!
Okay.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So I'm pretty sure Erica's not Siler.
Yeah, she's not silent.
I'm
I knew
backing
that
down-
from the beginning.
I'm backing down on that one. I do not think Erica's Siler because she got shot and bled and cried. And
cried.
Sat, in, a
Now
hosp-
uses a cane like
sat in a
bitch.
hospital bed for like half the episode. That doesn't sound like Siler. Unless Siler takes her over after. No, I give up. Erica's not Siler.
No, Siler is no longer part of this.
Taking that off the table. Who's got something?
I can't give up that Claire is not dead.
Claire is dead. Claire is dead.
Because
People,
if she comes back, and they're like, she wasn't dead, then like I can't be leading the ship. And like I have to burn. I have to go down in a blaze of glory.
Like I said last week, you picked this hill to die on.
I
have to die on this hill. Like I
Claire-
cannot jump ship.
Claire
ain't dead.
She's polishing brass on the Titanic. She's going down.
Claire is
She's
dead.
done. She's done.
Claire ain't dead.
And Marissa's got something, yeah?
I think because Matt sold out, I think he'll finally come to terms and realize what he's done and realize what Erica is planning on doing. He'll turn on Erica, maybe get to that point where he'll push thoughts again into Erica, make her completely change her ways.
Oh, snap.
Nice. I
like the
actually
story.
don't think we'll see Matt Parkman anymore in the rest of the series.
I think that was all
That's
Matt
a
Parkman.
nice
Just
turn.
one
That's a
episode.
nice turn. I like that.
Can't have it for just one episode.
I'm pretty sure they do that.
You know me, I'll always take a stab in the dark for the broad strokes of a show like
That
this.
is true. What did you have last week? I mean, you've been going big.
Well, that was last week was Siler.
Oh, that's right. That was right. And we were
I
like,
go big.
whoa, you go big.
I'm not always right, but I'm gonna go big. I think Tommy's gonna live. Melina's gonna die. And Melina's gonna give Tommy her powers before she dies. And she's gonna kind of sacrifice because they think there's only one child.
Yeah.
So if they find Melina can give her powers to Tommy and then just die.
The thing is, they know there's two now.
They don't know there's two.
Yes, she does.
Right,
Dude,
yeah.
at the end of the
She calls-
episode, remember?
Quentin
Quentin calls
her.
Erica.
Says there's two babies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he says.
I swear the line was, you remember that baby we were looking for? I swear that was the line.
Yeah, and then he says,
They're
Yeah,
twins.
there's twins.
yeah,
Oh.
get a load of this.
Well, I stand by my prediction, but the
I still
motives
like
are
it.
different.
Yeah, I still like the
Motives
prediction.
are different.
Because you're right, like maybe because we've also seen in Angela's vision that it's Melina's the one who creates the life on the earth, but Tommy could take the power. So I like that.
Yeah,
I like
Tommy.
it a lot.
And Tommy's the character they've given us a little more development with as well.
True.
So,
if
if you're going to tip your hat, I think we've seen way more Tommy than we've seen Melina, which seems likely that Tommy will keep moving.
Yeah.
But that's my big one.
I dig that. She sacrifices herself to give the power to Tommy. Tommy saves the world. Boom!
Say
I like
what?
it.
Yeah.
What? I'm going to go with actually
They
something...
kind of hinted to that a little bit in the episode.
Well,
when
Hero said,
Angela
save our son, save the world.
And when
then
Angela was
Angela's
talking
vision.
up to Farrah about it. So they kind of hinted to that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way they keep them apart until the end, the way they don't let them get close.
Yeah.
And
Don't have them meet each other.
Even though I kind of feel like Tommy just all of a sudden got a new power in this episode, because in none of the episodes previous to this did we say anything about him being able to steal other people's powers. But let's keep with the predictions.
yeah, this is his power. We just didn't
It's
know.
an extension.
His
of
power
powers.
is that he can steal one power at a time. What they're not making clear is the mechanics of how he can, because he's been around plenty of people with powers that he
Exactly.
hasn't stole their power.
Exactly.
There's a specific way he doesn't know how.
But between what we just saw on June 13th and the episodes prior to that, though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, no,
nothing in there did he still. It seemed like he had his power. It was pretty set. Somehow poofing people from place to place was going to help save the world.
And I feel that the writer's ability is saying, like, let's kick up Tommy's powers just a little bit to make it more interesting, to widen a whole different storyline. You know?
Mix it up, man.
Yeah,
Oh, wait.
change his power so it leaves more open possibilities.
There is something that, because they've been saying the references to Star Wars and to Back to the Future that we've been seeing. Remember what she says? She says, bring them, they must meet in Odessa under the clock tower.
Yep.
And I was like... under the clock tower, and then Doc will show up and
And a DeLorean.
11:53. Remember that. 11:53.
At 11:53,
Then,
lightning will strike the clock tower.
Yes.
It's 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Because in our timeline,
At
it's
80 miles
gigawatts.
per hour.
I was like, oh my gosh, they really did that. I don't have a huge prediction. I have some theories and whatnot. I'm really curious how Carlos is going to really play into all this at this point. I do not know where his story is going to go, although it's tied to Sunstone Manor. And this is what I'm thinking, is what you said earlier. Sunstone Manor is actually Angela's place.
Yeah, Sunstone Matters, Angela's place. Angela can let every Evo in on what's about to happen and what they can do to help. Mm-hmm. And someone like Carlos, who we're pretty sure doesn't have any powers, and someone like Luke, who does have powers, and Ren, who has the ability to lead people with his Twitter followers. Everyone's gonna go Twitch followers. Everyone's gonna go there and try to take down Renatus from there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They're all coming together, or why else would they be showing us them disjointed for so long?
Yeah, and Angela's going to die. Probably in the next episode. Ivan actually made a good point up there on the comments. Thank you, Ivan. That they're killing off all the old heroes to make way for the new ones. So we just saw Hero die tonight, although we literally didn't see it. But he attacks a bunch of Harrises with guns, and he has 2 swords. So Hero's going down. We're seeing them all drop off. Of course, we lost the Haitian in the first episode. I don't know if we'll see him again. Mm-hmm. So Angela's next to go, which is why Farrah and Melina need to take off because the Harrises.
Matt Parkman next to go.
Oh, well, Matt, and that's what I was going to say. If we see Matt Parkman again, he'll probably end up dying too, because they are cleaning out the old ones to make way for
I think he'll redeem himself first and then kill him off.
Yeah, I think so too.
I buy that.
If that's going to happen, that's the way to do it. So my predictions, so more of the old heroes are going to die, and Sunstone Manor is Angela's place, but it's not going to be a nice place right now. Whatever it is that's taken over, they're going to have to clean it out.
I buy that.
Yeah.
All right. I think that just about wraps us up. Whew. If people want to GIF us in this episode and then tweet the GIF at us, starting with Jonathan, where can the people find you on Twitter?
You can always find me at KaibaCat, KaibaCat. Remember to write to us. We read all those comments. We respond. We love you guys jumping in and talking with us here. Keep the posts coming. We want to hear it, and we'll talk to you guys. Hashtag Hero Wars.
What's up, guys? Find me on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo. Hashtag Church of Renatus.
I love it.
And you can follow me on Twitter at Serafini TV.
And you guys can find me on Twitter at Steve Kaufmann. That is KAUFMANN. This shirt courtesy of ProWrestlingTees.com. Those bars aren't going to close themselves. Thank you and good night.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Hashtag Church of Renatus.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.